Timmy? There you go.
Oh, buddy.
All right. That's naked. There you go. Oh, that feels good. Oh, yes. Come turn around. You're doing a butt shot to the camera. There you go. Now, once you trap the head, he's pretty cooperative. Just right, or you wrench him. Poor little dude. I always lift him up at the front and it straightens out the back legs when he's done. Takes a lot for -19. So since I really don't know what I'm doing and I don't have a pattern and I don't know what my size is and I can't measure myself, what I'm doing is standing in front of a mirror and just pinning things. And pinning and pinning, and then I'll trim before I really get into some serious sewing. And I'll sew everything together with these basting stitches, and then I will do it all over again once it's all been cut and fitted. I will sew it again fresh with nice tidy stitches, or try to make them tidy. Well, Dan and I agree that this should be counted as a blizzard. Lots and lots of snow. It's bitterly cold. And if it wasn't for a hot flash, I guarantee I wouldn't be out here. And Dan's got to go across town and pick up medicine for the dog. This is a silk scarf collection. There is quite a lot of material available here. I think silk and a loose weave wool will carry me all season. I think it's something I could wear in all seasons, just maybe change out long johns and sweater versus straight up, you know. So I'm going to have silk scarves patched together to make the lining of the jacket and pants, and that's how I'm going to put this suit together. Each one of these scarves only cost me 50 cents at a thrift store. I'm going on the town, suit to wear out to town, you know, running errands. There's one reason my photography fails in winter. It's too cold to go out there. I can't breathe that air without my lungs shutting. So this is the view out the front of the house. Now let's bomb on over here, the view out the south. This is my view to the south. Yeah, nice tree. Really beautiful cedar bushes. Now, I planted these for privacy, and they're totally doing their job. Now, at the west side of the house, in summer, I have leaves. All of this becomes leaves. In winter, you can actually see a certain amount of a distance. And then the final direction, I guess this is the east, that was the north. Sam, you get to see my beautiful bus and a fraction of the backyard. However, to look out this one, I actually have to crawl past this desk and past this bird who always shrieks at me in order to see anything out that window. There you go. And that's all I can see generally from the rest of the house. It's just, this is the free version of a really cool app. You can see the name right there. It's a Windows app. It's using the microphone. Sing, Timmy, sing! There you go. Keep singing, Timmy. Good dog. There we go. That's my voice. Let's do the death whistle, shall we? Should we do the death whistle? Should be up there. There you go. Wow. Okay, ready? Whoa. Had to go sideways. That was nuts. 30 seconds. Dancing in my kitchen to music for 30 seconds and uploaded as a memory and expression of self to Instagram. And Instagram deletes it because it's copyright music. Now, I'm not making a penny off that music. It's not benefiting me in some way. There isn't any sane, logical, rational reason why I shouldn't be able to use it that way. The music is an intensely deep part of my experience in life. It's one of the few ways that I connect with other humans, is listening to their music and dancing to it and sharing it with others. But whether I paid for that song or not, I'm not allowed to broadcast it via a social media platform. And that's how they perceive it, that I'm broadcasting. That's how they legally phrase it. How did we get to this point where everything has to be paid for? Yeah, so this is why I don't make a lot of music here. What a mess. What a mess. It's a lot of setup and tear down. And so when I do have music, I feel like I got to get several tracks in. That's my music playing. Oh, the K oscillator's turned down. Otherwise, you'd hear it. And that's pretty much how I do it. I think I've been inside too long. Today's one of those days that I just cannot lift myself up out of despair. And the best that I can do is distract myself and try to keep busy with things that keep me from feeling bad about myself. So I'm stitching away. That sunlight's harsh, but it's really good for working. I'm stitching away here, working on my coat. I may feel useless, but I'm not idle. Are you freaked out, honey bunch? Honey bunches of O's? Are you freaked out? Let's show them why. I'm trying to boil down the stock, and I don't know why it's behaving this way, but it gets really violent. These little violent explosions from the middle. Puffs. Because the pots are glass, you really hear a lot of noise. If I take the lid off for the peace and quiet, then well, you can see the mess it's been making on the stove. Yeah. Whoa, see, it just threw a pile over. Did it put the flame out? Not quite. But it did just throw a pile of moisture over. See, it's blowing up, and I turn it up and I turn it down, and I just cannot sort out. Look at it, there it goes again. I don't know what's going on. It's annoying and frightening. The cold continues. It's been 2 weeks, and it's going to go on for another 2 weeks at least. They're saying it might be until March before the cold cracks enough for me to even go out. And today, I don't know why. I had a bath yesterday, but today I keep itching. Just all these minuscule little itches everywhere. Some just recur over and over again. You know, one spot that just won't stop itching. Others are just random little tickles everywhere. It's driving me batty. Now here's an interesting thing. What's that little blinking light? Turn it off. Still blinking. What's that? You can't see it with the naked eye. The camera can see it, implying that it's infrared. Why is this phone constantly blinking infrared? You on my sewing project. As you can see, the sleeves are on. It's coming along. It's taking a while because all of the cut edges have to be, like everything's being hand sewn, all of the cut edges have to be zigzagged. I started here. You can see some zigzagging going on. All of them have to be zigzagged. On the sewing machine, you would call it zigzagging. What I'm doing here is basically just wrapping the stitch over, and I don't know the names of hand stitches, so I can't tell you what the stitch is called. But all of the seams have to be over stitched like that, and then additionally, all of the seams need to have, did I do this one? No. They all need to have additionally, which ones did I do? I think I only did the back seam. So after they've had this stitch done, then they need to have another stitch run along like that. And this one has to be extremely regular and even, extremely, because that's the one that sets the line for the seam. And that's the one you'll see from the outside. So as even as possible, these lines need to be. And it's a slow process, but oh, this is a nice, comfortable, warm coat already. Never mind when I get some lining on it. It's a beautiful, beautiful coat. I really like it. That's my coat. So fuzzy and huggable. Nice coat. I like it.
Timmy. Come on, Timmy. Timmy, stop barking and come. Let's go.